Okay, so this is my 2-month carnivore diet update. The last several weeks have been difficult, I'm sure, for everybody. And it has been very hard to find quality meat. Grocery stores or in my area they're hard to come by. Beef, the price of beef, if you've been paying attention, has gone up quite a bit. And eggs have doubled in my area, the price. So me and my wife are trying to do the best we can with what we've got in the freezer. We didn't have a full freezer stocked up when this all started, but what we have, we're able to go through and use. But we're doing a very dirty carnivore diet. She is wanting to just go back to carnivore once this all is over and done with. I'm still kind of sticking with it, and we're both kind of sticking with it still, but it's just very difficult, very hard. So when you're in a crisis mode to some degree, it's easy to bake cookies and a cake and brownies and go to Panera Bread and go to Chick-fil-A and support the local businesses, of course. We got to do that. So, but the one thing I've noticed really out of all this is that my weight is pretty much down to where it was when this all started. So I'm still down about 260 from 283. So that I'm pleased with. I'm not going up in weight, and I'm not really exercising, but I'm paying attention to it, and I don't want to gain weight back, because I don't want to feel bad, and I want to be in the best condition that I can during this whole thing. I haven't been sick. Nobody's been sick. We don't have a cough, so, but we're doing the best we can, with what we have. In a crisis, I was panicky, and I got on butcherbox.com, and I was able to, before they put everything on hold, I was able to get a subscription going. So that is going to be probably next week. We'll receive that, and then we'll decide once we get it. I've got the big box, the big beef and pork box. I couldn't get a custom box like I wanted, just because everybody was making a run on it. But we've got the larger beef and pork box that we're going to try out. We'll see how that works. Things in my area have also kind of gone back to normal. You can find toilet paper, which is nice. You can find plenty of beef, hamburger, things of that nature. Lots of pork available. For some reason, people are not really into pork. And I live in Oklahoma, so you'd think that they would be into pork just like anything else, but it seems like there's so much pork products, pork chops, the tenderloins, things like that, totally available everywhere. Even 2 weeks ago, you couldn't find any steaks, but you could find plenty of pork products. So we're doing a lot of that, and it's getting back to normal. It's just it's still frustrating. And of course, if you go out, if you're a germaphobe like me, I've turned into one now. My hands are just all tore up. They're dry, and I put lotion on them 3 times a day, 4 times a day, and they're just horrible. But you have to also think about that. And we just don't do shopping as much as we did, or we do the online ordering, and then we just go pick it up, have somebody load it in the car, which is weird, but we're just getting through it. So hopefully, if you're doing the carnivore diet, hopefully you're doing, at the very least, what we're doing, which is not gaining weight. If you're eating like we are, just going back to a little bit more than stuff that we were doing before this, eating poorly, and every time I take a bite, it's like, The times that we have had ribeyes, and we've had ribeyes 6 or 7 times when this all started several weeks ago, they've been wonderful. Went to Sprouts and got 2 ribeyes for $36. And they were so thick. They were about a half an inch or an inch and a half thick. And I was able to cut them lengthwise and make 4 steaks out of them. They were just too thick. So for $36, I got 4 steaks. That's not bad. And both nights that we had, me and my wife had a steak each. They were great. So there was no complaints there. I would just like it to get back to normal as soon as possible, but that's out of our hands. So we just have to stick in there. Let me know if you're having similar situations in your area. Comment below. Just let me know. I'm kind of curious if what part of the country you're in, what kind of a situation you're finding yourself if you're on this diet as well, and if you're sticking to it or whatnot. We're doing the best we can. Of course, we'd like to just continue on, but when you go to the store and you're already kind of weirded out about things and about people based on what you're hearing, it's nobody's fault. It's just you don't know who could be sick. You just want to get in and out as quickly as you can and get what you can if it's there. And hopefully next week, with this butcher box thing, I don't know how long that's going to really last us. My kids, they're not really into steaks, which is okay. But as far as that and going to Walmart or wherever we go, and then we have a butcher shop that's local that we are able to get quite a bit of food from. In combining all of that, we hopefully in the next week or two will be able to get back to normal as best we can. We just have to stop making the brownies and the damn cookies and the cakes. My daughter, she's 12. She just turned 12, and she's learning how to bake. And she can't really bake steaks. So it's a very weak time in our lives, very weak. We're weak, we're stressed out, and it's trying, but we're managing. We're not ballooning back up. We are just kind of holding still, holding steady with where we're at. So let me know how you're doing. I would like to hear from you. Whoever watches this, just put a comment down below. Just tell me where you're at and how things are. Just tell me how you feel. I'd like to build the channel, but I'd like to also interact with a few people that are maybe going through what I'm going through. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day and stay safe out there.